Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Atlanta Sports Special. Today is December 10th, 2025, and for some reason that's way beyond me, Raheem Morris is still the Atlanta Falcons head coach. After getting absolutely murdered by the Seahawks this past Sunday, Raheem Morris, now out of the 537 head coaches that have been in the NFL in the history of the league, he falls to 509 out of 137. Historically, one of the worst head coaches of all time. There needs to be a change. Something's got to happen. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We're going to get right into the episode, and let's get it.
Yeah! ATL on the rise, you know how we do. Beach tree dreams, dirty birds flying through. From the gridiron to the diamond, courts to the pitch. We reppin' ATL sports, every team, every niche. ATL, where the flames ignite. From Truist Park to the bins at night. Dreams take flight, hearts soar high. United we stand, reaching for the sky.
Another week, another L, baby. And guess what? We're back.
We're still here. We're still here to tell the tale. We're still alive. We're still kicking it. You know, they said God gives his strongest soldiers the hardest battles. And that's just seems to be the last 8 years.
Yeah, just every weekend during football season for Falcons fans.
It's that meme where it's just like Jesus looking at you going like, how are you still alive?
Yeah, honestly, dude. I feel like we've been I'm going to make a montage for the Instagram of me and Kramer's reactions in that first week when we were just so excited.
How it started?
Probably put the Arms of the Angel song over it. Yeah, because we're like wounded puppies. And speaking of puppies, this day in the A.
No.
On this day in Atlanta sports history, on December 10th, 2007, we officially cut quarterback Michael Vick from the roster due to the allegations that, they weren't allegations, they were true.
Yep.
And he was sentenced to 23 months in prison.
23?
Yeah, I don't think he did all that though.
No,
I think that was just like what he was saying. I think he did like 7 or something.
Yeah, I don't remember him serving almost a full 2 years. That's for
no
sure.
way, dude.
No
way. But because I will say, dude,
he got out and was on the Eagles before you know it.
Dude, the Eagles picked him up from the jail, dude. Like that was the most like
That's
ridiculous
such
thing
an
ever.
Eagles. That's such a Philadelphia move. And you know what? He kind of balled over there. So
he didn't kind of ball, dude. He totally balled out.
He balled
It
out.
actually pisses me off too because when people are like talking about Michael Vick nowadays, they post videos, all these videos of him in that Commanders game where he threw like 400 yards and had like 2 80-yard bombs to Deshaun Jackson. And I'm always like, okay, if it was like politically correct enough to get him on a team after all that, like why couldn't we just get him back?
Because we had Matt Ryan. We signed
But he was young, out of BC, dude. Like, look what Vic was doing still, dude. He was turning up for the Eagles for about 3 years.
I guess the Falcons just didn't want to associate themselves with that, but hey, the Eagles did, and he kind of was, he was killing it. Can you imagine if Mike Vick was still throwing Tony G, Roddy White, and rookie Julio Jones the ball back in 2011?
Imagine that. I can't, dude, because, I mean, that'd be unreal. And imagine if Matt Ryan didn't have the pressure of the world right out of college. Like, would have been great. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. But that's your
Oh, my gosh. Well, you have almost no pressure, though. It's like, how can I be worse than a guy that's gone to jail for beating up dogs?
I think Kramer's neighbor just fell through the ceiling, dude.
Hell. Anyway,
don't want that.
That was crazy. Anyway, yeah, man, another sad week. That's a terribly sad stop. It's a sad fact. Let's go ahead. Let's do some holiday cheer, baby. Let's
get into it. Let's stay happy before we get into the bad stuff.
Let's do a blind rank today of your favorite holiday cocktails.
Ooh, fun.
So first and foremost, I'm going to start with the German, old European concoction of mulled wine.
Mulled.
Have you ever had mulled wine?
Yeah, microwavable red wine. I've had it before.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Relax, relax. If you get the right stuff, it's properly spiced and everything, it's some great stuff.
So I'm actually going to the German market in Roswell very soon.
You should. I went there after Thanksgiving. It is awesome. And if anybody listening, Roswell, go say what's up to my boy Marcel. He'll be working the stand. Awesome guy, awesome place. They've been running it for years now. It's a fun time, great time for the family as well.
I've heard that it's actually better than the one that was in Buckhead that moved to Lawrenceville this year. It's actually like really sick. It's like built out
There
even
was
more.
drama. Yeah, he was working for the one originally in Buckhead, and they had their differences, and he split it, and he took over the operations and made his own version of it and flipped it to make it twice as better.
Well, welcome to Roswell, brother. We're excited to have you and excited to go check it out. I'll be trying mulled wine when I'm there. I try it every year. Here's my if this is a blind rank, I'm gonna put it at 4
That's totally fair. That's totally
because
fair.
it's not really my thing. I don't like sangria. I don't really like the whole like sugared up wine. Is already something that like nowadays at the age I'm at. If I haven't like diluted the sulfates or whatever crap they tell you to do, I'm basically gonna have a headache in 20 minutes after a glass of red. So I'm gonna go 4.
Okay, that's respectable. I'll do that. Let's go some spiked eggnog. Are you a rum or a whiskey guy when you do eggnog?
I personally, I think it tastes better with whiskey.
Okay.
And that's just a take. I think that's because rum disagrees with my tummy a little more. Again, kind of put a date on myself here. I got a lot of issues when it comes to.
Tell me you're washed without telling me you're washed.
Yeah, seriously, dude. Like wine gives me a headache. Rum hurts my tummy. I'm also just a whiskey guy. Okay, so I actually like eggnog too. I'm gonna be honest.
The
I'm one
thing
of
is,
those.
I do love eggnog. If it was, I'd probably drink it more if I didn't read a label of how many
Oh,
calories.
dude, per cup of eggnog, it's like 450 calories. It's like basically going and getting one of those.
That's
like,
not including the alcohol either, mixed in.
No, yeah, so true. That's so true. It's sort of like 600, maybe 700.
You're drinking a mass gainer protein shake without any of the protein.
And we are in the winter arc right now in the bulk season. So
True.
put me the eggnog at 2.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. It's grown on me a lot.
I like eggnog, so I'm not gonna dox you for that, but I could see a world where people would really be upset with you putting that at 2. So I'm gonna go with this next one. Just simple, plain, feels like, this is what everybody's been drinking. I've been drinking this since high school. A spiked hot chocolate. I personally like to
yeah.
do peppermint schnapps in it. So nice crisp feeling, or rum. I do like rum in my hot chocolate, but
Man, it's tough because I mean, like, if you go back to those like nasty days with the flavored whatever, like the Barnett's or whatever it is, where you get like the chocolate liquor.
oh, I've never had that. That's crazy.
It has its moments for stuff like this.
Okay.
Okay, it's also super affordable, and in this economy, we're all looking to budget cut here.
Yeah, that's
I'm
why
gonna
I
put
mix
it,
my hot chocolate with Four Locos.
dude. That's repulsive, dude. I can just imagine what that looks like in the cup, dude.
I think it would
That's
start.
terrible.
It would start steam. It would start like exploding.
Dude, so this is a really tough where I put myself because I do enjoy this beverage. I'm gonna put it at 3.
Okay, so we got 2
One
eggnog,
and 5.
1 and 5. Ooh, all right. I'm gonna go spiked apple cider.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted at number 1. That's like a
Really?
favorite of mine. Yeah, it's almost like a sweet hottie toddy. You know what I'm saying?
See, I don't like hottie toddies. I don't get why people be drinking those.
Mm-mm.
My brother's wife, shout out Brittany, she was just telling me about how she drinks it. I go, that sounds like immediate heartburn, but I guess that makes sense.
Well, I'll tell you this much: my wife makes an incredible bourbon cider that
Okay.
she makes around the holidays. We haven't had it the past 2 years because,
That's not a drink I can drink inside.
bless her heart, she's been pregnant for 2 years basically. So, shout out to the baby making, but it's been hard for her to want to make bourbon cider when she can't drink it. So we've been out on that, but I will say that is like a favorite because it both, it warms the body and it warms the soul a little bit. And that's really sweet. And that's really sensitive. And that's what I'm going to go with for number 1. Now, I'm very nervous about what 5 is going to be.
I don't know. Personally, I think you kind of were in a bad situation having only the 1 and 5 open. This one being 5 kinda hurts my soul a little bit because this is a Kramer family tradition, around Christmas time. My mom makes a mean one of these, and that is the last one is going to be, at number 5, a White Russian.
I'm actually okay with it only because a White Russian can be enjoyed seasonally, in my mind. The dude, he set a great example, Big Lebowski. This was a year-round drink for the dude.
Which is like, that's so gross to drink. I don't know, just be like, I can't imagine ordering a White Russian in the middle of the summer, like, on a, like, 90-degree day, like, would that be refreshing? It's just like a glass of milk? No.
No, dude. Could you imagine the psycho? If you're ever, for anyone listening, if you're ever at like a resort or a beach bar and someone's up there begging for a White Russian, you should probably go ahead and get the local authorities involved.
If I'm, like, hungover from the night before, I will do a White Russian at brunch if I'm gonna continue drinking.
I'll be honest with you, I don't really drink in excess much anymore, but I can tell you that if I did, a White Russian at lunch would just lead me back to the dark place that I was before.
To each their own, to each their own.
Yeah, that's a good one though. I mean, we got spiked apple cider 1, eggnog 2, hot chocolate, spiked hot chocolate 3, mulled wine 4. I wish I could switch mulled wine to 5.
Okay,
That's
I think you're gonna like the batch they got cooking up over there this year.
Yeah, no knock on Marcel. I'm excited to go try it, and I'm gonna come in with an open mind.
Honestly, it's better to just try all the food there. All the authentic German food is
Oh,
amazing.
dude, I
So
love
good.
it, man. I
So
love it.
good.
Every time I go over there and get like a real sausage, and someone's like, "I don't want sauerkraut," I'm like, "Dude, get out of town. That's part of the season, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta get it." All
Well,
right, now that was a lot of fun.
yeah.
Do you want to transition to something that's a little less fun?
Yeah, the Atlanta Falcons have officially been eliminated from the NFL 2025 to 2026 season playoffs.
Yeah,
Let's talk
100%.
about it. I mean,
Ye-
this doesn't actually hurt that bad because in my mind, they've been dead for weeks now. They've never had a chance. They've never, after that first loss to Carolina, it was almost kind of just like, are we even serious this year? Then we beat the Bills the next week, and I'm like, dang, dude, we might. Okay, wait, that was a hiccup. And then we lose 5 straight games.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Carolina Panthers game to me was like that has to be a fluke, and then we will beat the Bills. I'm like, yeah, here we go, we're back. And then what really did it for me was that blowout loss to Miami at home. That's when I was kind of like, oh, so like we don't care.
We never did. Clearly, I mean, it's been a tease all season. I'm just glad to know, like, there is no hope now. There's like,
Yeah,
it's completely dead. It's been dead in the back of my mind, but there's always that side of me that's like, well, you're typically wrong about these kind of things. And
right.
sure enough, I wasn't. This is a
No, this
terrible
was
thing to be right about, but at the same time, it's just week in and week out, just knowing that we have nothing to play for now is almost a bittersweet symphony. You know what I mean?
it's funny because we got everyone online. If you follow like awesome pages that we do, like the Barstool Falcons and Falcon Drip and all those accounts, like
Atlanta sports page, shout out them
yeah,
as well.
shout out all those guys. It is literally a unanimous like boycott this team, and it's almost like now I can watch this team and just like giggle my butt off at how much of a garbage system we have running over there. It was, we tried to stay optimistic even in the pessimism. Listeners would probably disagree with that. They'd be like, "No, y'all are pretty pessimistic." Like I tried to have hope. You know what I'm saying? Like even
Go
last week,
listen
I
to the
was like,
beginning of this podcast. The audio might not be as good as it is now, but
right.
the podcast, when we first started, there was so much glimmer and hope and shine in our eyes, and now I do not see any light.
Dude, if you go look, this is gonna be hilarious too. Looking at Kramer's face on the intro videos from the beginning to now, it's like when Obama came out of his second term, like from his first inaugural post to his second term. The man just looks like he went through 2 world wars of like defeatedness, like hollow eyes, disheveled. And that's honestly like kind of where we're at as an organization, like as a fan base. I mean, it's like, okay, like we've done this for 8 seasons now, and there's no hope.
We're
It's going to get better.
we're
We have 5 picks, not including, and no first round pick this upcoming year. We'll have more cap space to spend when Kirk is obviously off the payroll, which would be, great. I have no trust in Terry Fontenot to do anything with that because we're going to have a new coach. And if we don't have a new coach, everyone needs to boycott this team officially. Like if Raheem Morris is back, like I'm hearing rumors he may be,
Well,
done.
those rumors were started because Arthur Blank said so himself, that he wants to see how the rest of the season goes, and if it goes well, he could see a world where he will keep Raheem Morris as the head coach and think that this was just a fluke year. It was a tied game 6-6 at half against Seattle this past Sunday. And we let them score 31 points in the second half, and we scored a field goal.
Yeah, shout out Zay Gonzalez.
Yeah, best player on the team.
What a weapon.
It only took us 3 kickers to figure it out, but whatever.
And based on the sloppy ball control I've seen, even from Bijan Robinson, like maybe when we cross the 40, no matter if it's 1st and 10 or not, we just trot old Zane out there. That might be an actual better strategy to get points on the board to win these games at this point. I mean, you look at what else we're dealing with. I mean, this is disgusting. Kirk Cousins was 15 for 30, 162 yards, 2 interceptions, and a quarterback rating of 38.5.
Piss poor.
It's not even that. It's like, yeah, it's funny. It's like, oh, ha, ha, ha. Like, this isn't real. This can't be real.
2 yards. Shout out to Kyle Pitts. He stepped up into that wide receiver 1 role with Drake London being out again. But, I mean, man, 6 receptions for 90 yards? I don't remember the last time I've seen that man do that.
No, he's had a few where he's been like 75, maybe 80, but almost getting to the 100-yard mark. That was fun. The fact that our second leading receiver was the bowling ball himself, Tyler Algier,
which is so funny.
Should just tell you
So
everything
funny.
you need to know, man. I do love seeing Tyler Algier with the ball out there on the perimeter, because when he's running at that safety or corner, like they think they're getting ready for like a juke, and he's just full head of steam. Like, I have to get a concussion and get off this team, dude. Like, I have to.
He's like, absolutely not. Well, I mean, think about it. He's on a contract here, so we have the opportunity, him and Kyle Pitts, to franchise tag him for another year and like pick up their 5th-year option, right? But like, what's the point?
Dude, trade him, dude. I mean, at this point, like, I hate to say it, like, you probably disagree with this, and Falcon faithful will probably split on this, but like, we're at the point where it's going to take a real rebuild, which I know for a fact that Arthur Blank won't allow, which means we'll never be successful. But it would take trading away everyone who's worth money and getting picks. And I can tell you right now, Bijan Robinson and Drake London, they're worth a lot of picks.
Whoa. Let's relax. We cannot be getting rid of 2 potential full career franchise players. Kyle Pitts and Tyler Algier, understandable. Drake London goes anywhere with a competent quarterback and a decent offensive scheme. I mean, that man is up there. He's top. I mean, with the Falcons, he's been a top 10 receiver. Which is nuts.
So do we really want to squander him here? Like, that's where I'm at this point, is like, I love Drake London so much, I'm almost willing to let him fly if it gets us a 1st-round draft pick and a good addition as well to a position that we really need, which is offensive line depth or a pick.
I mean, some would say even a quarterback.
Well, we also have no wide receivers. That's another spot. Like, every time you peel back another layer, as we talk about this, it's like it's worse and it's worse and it's worse than you think it was.
Yeah.
We'll go look back at the game. Let's focus back on the game before I get us too depressed on like how bad it is.
The sad reality.
Yeah, the sad
reality. We'll do that
right?
on our postseason episode, which will probably be sooner than later since we're eliminated.
Yeah, it'll be 4 weeks from now. Don't worry. We're almost there, guys.
Yeah.
This game, I listened to the presser after when 92.9, the fan, was interviewing Raheem. And dude, I got to tell you, man, this guy has no idea what's going on. Like, the responses, I don't know if he does or if he's literally just so like, I can't say the truth.
No, I think he's out of BS excuses, and he's just like, I don't even know what to say anymore up here. I can't give you the regular runaround and spiel because like what just happened out there was absolutely embarrassing. He says the same stuff week in and week out. And you know what I heard reported that he said to the coaching staff and the players in the locker room? He goes, yo, tough loss. but we got Tampa Bay on Thursday. And if you're not here to come beat Tampa Bay, then don't show up on Monday. He shouldn't show up on Monday. He should leave Atlanta. He should leave the city. How dare him have the audacity to say that when he's been feeding us the same bull crap for the last 13, 14 weeks? It's the same thing every week. Same excuse, same nonsense, same just deliberate political nonsense, just standing up there like a politician and just letting us hear what we want to hear, what Arthur Blank wants to hear, but there's no action. And he doesn't take any accountability. His little buddy he brought over from the Rams, Zach Robinson, has not been held accountable for almost anything. So what are we doing?
Dude, how about
how
about special teams? This is the piece that really gave it away with me. So we've had crappy special teams for like 5 weeks in a row, like giving up a huge play. This past week, obviously, kick return straight out of the half for a touchdown. He said, and I quote, "We're going to have to go back and get this figured out and figure out guys that need to be on the field, like they need to be playing there." It's like, dude.
Did he say this? Did he say that after this game, or he said that after last week?
No, he said it this week, and then he said,
I swear he said that last week too.
The whole problem is, it's like, dude, we have 4 games left. What do you mean you still have to figure out who's supposed to be playing? Like, that's something you get done in spring ball, dude, in the summertime.
It's your special team. It's not figuring out it's not a quarterback competition. It's not seeing who's going to be your dominant wide receiver one, who's your RB1. It's your special teams. You're taking your JV players off of the practice squad and going, hey, I'm going to give you a shot. And every single one of these guys on special teams could be fired.
The whole problem is, I really don't think,
or at least the returners.
It's a player issue. It's a coaching issue. I don't know how we don't coach guys to stay in lanes, but almost untouched. Had one guy wrap an arm around him. Can't even remember who it was. And then just gone.
It was Rashid Shaheed, and he is very fast. I will give him that. But
okay, so yeah, I mean, he's the fastest guy in the field because he's the only guy to get a hand on him. Yeah. And he wasn't coming. It wasn't in his lane. He came out of his lane to try to make a play. So I'm sitting here now as a Falcon fan who's heard ample, we're going to go figure it out, we're going to get it right excuses. We're not getting it right. We're not figuring it out. And then the accountability piece, it is Monday, December 8th. This is going to go out on the 10th. I guarantee you there have been no changes to this organization on the 10th.
No, not at all.
Guarantee it.
But there's not going to be a change the next 4 we put out. We might get one person fired around the Super Bowl. And they'd be like, okay, we're making real changes. But like, it's the same thing every single week.
Yeah, it's painful.
It's almost preposterous. Like, when you look at everything that's happening, it's just in bigger, better organizations that have a winning mentality. Green Bay Packers, the Steelers, the Patriots. This would not fly. This just would not fly.
God, dude. Their fans.
Their fans would strip the man. Sorry, well, that was about to get weird.
Whoa,
they'd rip that man out of the stadium and freaking throw him into the Chattahoochee River.
We've heard this phrase before. It's like, what's the definition of insanity? It's doing the same thing over and over and expecting a new outcome.
That's all this is. That's all.
We've done the same thing every week, and like, we come out, and guess what? We didn't even run any play actions, even though they were storming the box the entire game. I get it, Kirk Cousins is about as mobile as my 1-year-old, but at the same time, you have to try it. No downfield balls. And if they were ducks or picks. This is a monster coaching failure, man. I mean, we were in second down and long every game because we just wanted to run up the middle when they were clearly stomping us in the middle.
There's a lot of dropped balls, man. A lot of dropped balls. But shout out, the defense, it's crazy because, like, you really do see how much it means to the defense to go out there week after week. You got people like, dude, shout out freaking Tavius Street coming back into the scene. Man's kind of been out of the loop. I know he was dealing with an injury. He comes into the game this week, gets a sack, huge momentum build. I mean, James Pierce Jr. still. See, this is the thing about James Pierce Jr. too, is that a lot of people are like, well, we're losing all these games. We don't even have a first round pick. Yes, that does suck because we we'd have a top 10 pick as of right
You know,
now.
if we didn't have James Pierce on our team, though, we'd have a top 3 pick. I mean, he is a
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. So it's just like the fact of the matter, people are like, oh my gosh, we don't have a first round pick. I agree that it sucks that we ended up being this bad this year and we do not have that pick. Sure. However, I'm pretty satisfied with being able to get James Pierce Jr. and with the work that he's done this year. So
yeah,
it's a
yeah. I'm
two-edged
not gonna
sword.
blame it on him. It's not like I blame it on James
It's a
Pierce.
two-edged sword here because it's like there's one end that's going to hurt you and then there's one end that's like benefiting you, right? So it's like, what are we doing here?
It's just I think the problem people have is like does the sacrifice of the first round pick when you're gonna be like, and this is again another issue is like we've been begging the Falcons to truly tank for a season to get a first round pick that matters because we're always picking 8th, and like here we are doing it. We traded it away and we're actually trying. Like, dude, this is so embarrassing. This franchise is disgusting.
It makes me sick.
It makes me truly sick, dude, watching this Falcons team. And then I'll get back to it. The interview, Raheem was like, yeah, it was a real backbreaker when they scored the touchdown and we fumbled. And I'm like, yeah, that sucks. But you're only down 2, like you're only down a score at that point. Like, isn't this when you as a head coach get the boys ready to go, like, kind of sack up, go get a stop, get the ball back, you score a touchdown, it's a tie ball game. Yeah, it sucks. It happened early with tons of time left. If your head coach is like crying on the sideline about that being a backbreaker, which he's not crying because he's looking straight up at the big board, all the bubble gum in the world in his mouth looking stupid. So, yeah, I mean, it's like, dude, we got a coach that's got a loser mentality when he's met with adversity, and he's shown us that. We got an OC that's a loser and doesn't know how to call plays. Got a defensive coordinator who I don't even know what to say. I mean, he's kind of working with what he's got, but Ulbrich has not impressed me at all either over the past 7 weeks. We suck at every phase of the game. So that's talking Falcons for me. What else is there to say?
Remember the beginning of the season,
Yeah.
you were like, what was that magic number? Kenny?
24.
24. We are 20th in the NFL of giving up points allowed. And guess what that number is?
24.
It's 24.
Yeah, well, if you give up 24 points a game, you're going to freaking lose in the NFL.
That is exactly right. We're 25th in rush defense as well. It's just, we're 3. Okay, so we've won 3 games this season, right?
Sick, yeah.
But we are 16th out of 32 teams. So halfway mark, we're 16th in total yards. Make that make sense. We're putting up the numbers to be able to, we get to the red zone and everybody
flop, dude.
Everybody goes to sleep. And then we've had just every kicker until now with Zane Gonzalez just miss. So we have the 11th most rushing yards per game and the 18th most passing yards. You would think we would average a lot more than the 27th in the NFL with 19
Yeah,
points.
or like at least be 500, like record of 500 at this point.
Yeah, sure. That would make sense. That would make us the most average team because that's where we stand across the board with all of our stats.
Yeah, but the problem is if you're average at everything in the NFL, like if you're not good at something, you're just going to flounder. And like, I mean, pass rush is the only thing we're effectively good at right now.
You know what you become? You become the Mike Tomlin Steelers.
Yeah.
You just go barely
I
500.
wish, dude.
That
I
sounds
wish
a
we're
lot
the Mike
better.
Tomlin Steelers.
Sounds
Yeah,
a
they
lot
go
better than what we
500.
got going on right now.
Dude, now they have winning seasons. That's his whole thing. Like at least a winning season, and they go to the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, they go to playoffs. They're letting people like Mason Rudolph lead them to playoff games.
And it's really hard, dude. I watch influencer videos that pop up my timeline of like going to Falcons games. All they're doing is just eating the food.
Did you see me crash out?
And like, yeah, I did too. That poor girl's post, dude. I posted
That poor girl.
novel.
I don't don't know who she is, but
God,
she's
dude.
Yeah, I mean, for the listeners, this is some girl posted like everything I ate at the Atlanta Falcons game.
Man.
It is such a cheap and affordable stadium. Shut up.
I gotta
sick of
find
that.
these, dude. I gotta read these because they're honestly like too funny to not go in and read. And Kramer, he's not alone. Like I didn't even realize that he had posted it, and I went on a full rant on this poor girl's post too, and like apologized at the bottom of it.
I didn't apologize. I stood on business with that one because I was mad.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Wait, I don't want her voice on the speak. Oh yeah, I got a little bit of love too. Uh, oh God.
Read it out loud, Kramer.
No, I think you should read mine.
I'm honestly trying to find yours at this point, and it's like, where is it?
There goes that ceiling again, dude. What the hell? Oh my
Dude.
gosh.
Oh, dude, where is it? This is horrible.
Okay,
I found it. I found it.
Okay. Go ahead and read mine. Okay, the base of the video is she's doing a foodie influencer thing at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium because we have cheap food.
What's even funnier is, I didn't know Kramer had posted, and I posted from our account. So these are the two top comments on her post, and it's so bad. This is Kramer's, all caps. Eating good? We eaten L's week after week, year after year. Real fans are sick of this nonsense. Oh, the food's affordable? Oh, the stadium is nice? We do not care. Like the Benz is just an amusement park and used for money laundering when it comes to the Falcons. I am sick. I am tired. I'd spend $20 for a hot dog to sniff a playoff spot. And then listen, this is even worse. Right above it, right above that is me saying, I wish we would tear this stadium down and build one with metal bleachers that sit 20,000. That way, only real fans would be there and the real fans would be showing up. This foodie bar hop talk and vibe are terrible for the real fan experience, and we should be tearing on this team. I then came back and commented and said, so sorry this came out of your post. Food looks sick, though, which it did.
I had a I had a second part of mine as well where it says fan first experience. Dude, every good team that ever comes and visits our stadium outshines our fans 3-1 every time. The Falcons need to be boycotted until the fans can make a real change.
We're in a tough spot when you got grown men.
Well, you know what's sad? We're crashing out. It's bad when you go online though, and it's just fans from other fan bases commenting and going, the Falcons are so piss poor because you see these games on TV, and a good example was the Seahawks game. If you go back and look at that, the seats are either all red because they're empty, or there's so many navy blue jerseys because of how many more Seahawks fans there are than Falcons fans. And you know why that is? It's because you're paying. I can't go to a Falcons game every Sunday when they're here when it's $250 for nosebleed tickets, and we're just going to get the dog crap beat out of us. What is the point of that?
Yeah, getting dragged by some other division's mediocre middle ground team, or like worse, the Dolphins, and you're paying out of your butt. And then we have people trying to hype up the stadium.
Last year, I bought 2 tickets to the season opener for $600, and I sat all the way in the nosebleeds next to the damn air horn. Man, it was brutal. Not to mention, just to have backup from Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, not even score a touchdown on us, and we still lose because they kicked 7 field goals on us.
Yeah, that's the most Atlanta thing I've ever heard, man. I mean, it's the equivalent of being like, hey, come to the Tabernacle. It's going to be $650 for a concert. And the concert's just going to be me and Kramer farting into a microphone. That's pretty much the equivalent of what it's like going to a Falcons game at this point, because it's that's the product on the field. It's like, oh, but don't worry, the beer is cheap.
Fans,
dude, I don't want to drink at a game. You guys suck.
People need us. The fans need to stop giving this organization money. There needs to be a full boycott, a full crash out. There needs to be a march on the Benz, march to Mercedes. This is insane. We are slowly becoming the Browns. We're slowly.
I feel like we're quickly becoming the Browns, to be totally honest with you. It's escalated so much the past 4 seasons, even though the past 8 have been bad. I feel like we're there.
Same with the Jets. I mean, when you think of just abysmal teams that find terrible ways to lose, who do you think of? Falcons, Jets,
Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
They did it with Shador again this week, dude. The guy was balling. They pulled him out on that 2-point conversion. What was that? What was that?
That was Zach Robinson big brain thinking right there.
Zach would have run a ISO zone play, and it would have been terrible.
He would have done a direct shotgun snap to the running backs to have him make sure that he's 10 yards behind, and then try to run up the middle for sure.
Or a screen.
Absolutely embarrassing by them. But I mean, I can't say anything, you know? Somebody that as one that lives in a glass house of fandom, I cannot be throwing any
Mhm,
stones.
mhm. That's exactly right. And honestly, like, I was thinking about it, if someone commented like we did on a post, I'd love it. Like, that's engagement. It's just, like, engagement farming. And maybe that's what they're doing, dude. Maybe they're getting us. Maybe we're getting got because people are posting content to let us crash out because it just engages viewers at this point. That's all I can think. It's like, what do the Falcons have left? They're not going to sell jerseys this Christmas. I mean, even you want a Divine Diablo jersey, it comes with an air cast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, what are we doing, dude? You can have a Drake London jersey. It has no hamstring. Like, I don't know. Like, this is all just really crappy. I want to pivot with you before it gets even more dark because we said we're going to keep things optimistic.
Yeah.
Which next week the Hawks are also on a little bit of a skid. Not too bad. We went 1-2.
And the last time we spoke since last time we recorded was last Tuesday. So we went on 1-2 since last, losing to the Clippers, the Nuggets, and beating the Wizards. Thank God we got some redemption on that Wizards game, though.
Yeah, I was about to say it was nice to beat them on the road too. But get back to the Clippers game. Jalen Johnson wasn't playing. Obviously Porzingis was still out. So we had like nobody on the floor. So it's like, okay, we lost to the Clippers with nobody. Kawhi was back playing. Everybody from the Clip Show was playing. The Nuggets game hurt a bit because Jalen Johnson absolutely balled out, dude. And we were up 21 at one point in that game. 23, I'm sorry. Jalen Johnson had another triple-double, and he actually had the first triple-double in a halftime in Hawks history.
I didn't know that. That's amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah, and Nikhil Walker, he's a stud, dude, at 30 points. Porzingis played that game, had 25, but freaking Jokic, dude. Like, I talked about how he was going to be a problem because of our lack of, like, true center and center depth.
You can't stop that, man.
Dude busted
two-time MVP for a reason. Two-time MVP for a reason.
Dude scored 40 points in a race to 23-point deficit. You got to give him you kind of got to watch a great player and be like, damn, that was impressive.
Can't be mad about that. You can't.
Yeah,
I mean, you could be mad that it happened to your team, but you can't and we only lost by a point. So in theory, that's actually like kind of great to know that like this is Nuggets are a championship caliber team, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for us to only lose by a point like that might sound like loser talk, but like, man, that's with the injuries
it's
that we have
salt,
and the
dude.
young
Yeah.
guys that we have, like at least it's like we have a silver lining or some sort of bright side to come out of that.
It shows that with the high level talent in the league, you're 1 point off. And if you can just maintain your lead, like that's what you got to work on is like, okay, we got to figure out some way to rotate or get doubles on without giving up perimeter shots, which is exactly what they want. So it's hard. Like that whole system is hard because, I mean, he's a problem, man. There's a reason, like we talked about, he's an MVP.
I mean, I've watched him against some of the
champion.
other greats in the league, some of the like people that he's consistently played against that are also considered Hall of Famers, and he's just the most dominant person on the court, no matter who he's playing.
It also just sucks. He like doesn't care, like we talked about. He's only concerned about his horses.
I think it's just so much funnier because he'll just look at you with the most like Neanderthal look on his face, and then he'll just turn around and hit a three in the most unathletic glitch you've ever seen, and he's just like, okay, and he just starts jogging. He just doesn't even just starts jogging.
When he starts jogging, dude, you're done.
So funny. The big quesarito, dude.
I like to think that he sounds like a Clydesdale horse when he runs, just like clip-clopping up and down the court. He's just so big, dude. He's just absurd. Anyway, lost that one. That's where we're at. Tough situation. So with that being said, let's look ahead here. What do the Hawks have coming up?
Friday the 12th, we have the Pistons. Sunday the 14th, we have the 76ers. And Thursday the 18th, we have the Hornets. That is the Pistons have been on fire. So that's probably going to be the hardest one out of that series, just because I know the 76ers have been pretty banged up. But I guess we have too, right? So
yeah.
The Hornets,
honestly,
there's no excuse to lose to the Hornets.
Right. I was about to say, that's the one where it's like, all right, that's your version of what the last three stretch was when it's like, okay, if we're playing the Wizards, we need to beat them, but we've already lost them once. We got to stay focused. It is in Charlotte. The Pistons, man, are pretty fun to watch too. Like they're clicking on all cylinders. 76ers are also great. Like this is a really tough stretch to then have to come home and play Wembanyama against the Spurs
The
at home.
day after traveling to Charlotte, yeah,
Yeah, man.
that's kind of a kick in the face. However, I don't know. I'm pretty optimistic about this. I think, the Pistons have beat us already. They kinda dog walked us, as if I remember, because, we just couldn't stop fouling. But I think we have a I think I'm gonna be optimistic. I think we go 2-1 at least. Like, maybe we follow the Pistons, 76ers, but I think we get one of those.
We lost to the Pistons by 1 last time we played them
Okay, okay, okay. That's
in
what
a
it
very
was.
good game. We beat the
The only reason
76ers
they
in
won is
double
because we
overtime.
kept fouling, and then we kept giving them the ball. Like, we were making threes like crazy.
So that's gonna be a good one. Like, we've played
Yeah.
high level against high level competition. I think the biggest thing is, like, can we come out of this stretch where we're about to go play the Heat, the Bulls twice, and the Knicks 2-2? Like, can we not take a backtrack on our record to where we can then bolster it against those 2 Bulls games at home before Christmas? And the Hawks don't play on Christmas Day this year, which kind of stinks. Like, I love Christmas Day basketball. Growing up, I really, really rocked with it. I still do. But yeah, like there's a lot that's going on here. There's also a lot that we don't understand happening right now, which everyone listening, you will get an opportunity to learn. If you're like us, what the heck the NBA Cup is, because we're gonna have Connor Beecham on. He is scheduled to be on our pod next week, and he's going to explain all the stuff we're too dumb to put into ChatGPT.
I know we're eliminated, right?
No,
We're not?
I don't think so. We were tied for second in our.
Group.
Does only one team go?
Yeah, so I don't know that answer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I have no idea. Also, if you go look at the division standings right now for just the East in general, the Celtics have 15 wins. The Magic, the Heat have 14. We have 14. The Cavs have 14. So 9 through 4 are a separation of 1 game or no games, right? This is still a wide open race for who's going to be at the top middle of this league. I mean, even honestly at that rate, the Knicks was 16. The Pistons are somewhat pulling away with how good they've been playing, but let's go beat their ass and get right. That's what I'm excited to see. The Hawks are still so much fun to watch. Like, if you haven't been watching, got to start watching. They're a blast to go watch. I can't encourage it enough. It's the most. It's been therapeutic in a time in my life when my second favorite Atlanta team has just been absolutely egg dropping. That's what I got to say about that. Kramer, tell me something. Is there anything going around on the perimeter? Anything else with sports right now?
285 perimeter is looking a little. I mean, right now it's just all rumors with the Braves, right? We got all
Right.
sorts of things going on. I mean, the news of just how the Braves are planning, at least, that's what people are expecting, and that's what, they're trying to highlight, is that we're gonna try to navigate some significant transition period where we focus on rebuilding a lot, and it seems like we're gonna really go out there and spend the money. However, doesn't really look like we've seen anything that looks promising yet, right? Except,
It's this time of year is usually kind of like, who do
yeah,
you want to re-sign? Who do you want to send out? Who do you want to DFA? So we've seen a lot of infield guys either getting pulled in. Like, we kind of made a move-ish when we signed our shortstop from Houston. It was not that big of a move because if you look at his actual line, it's pretty much exactly what we gave up. So we'll see. He's a Golden Glove, so that's great. But I mean, all in all, people want the splash. I know we want Schwarby to come in and hit bombs. I will be rocking a Schwarby jersey if it happens, dude. There's no doubt. Me and Kramer might be have Schwarber 1, Schwarber 2 jerseys matching in the outfield.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, other than that, like, we're still just kind of waiting. It's interesting they set their coaching lineup. I'll post that on Instagram too, just so people can see it. But other than that, man, it's Christmas season, so let's not take things too serious.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I haven't seen anything with the Atlanta Dream going on. And then I think, yeah, that Atlanta, or right now they're just really trying to figure out things with Atlanta United. We got our old coach back, like we said a couple episodes ago. So it's just kind of trying to figure out where they're going to go, if they're going to go recruit old talent, if they're going to go get Jose Martinez again. It's fun. It's interesting, but we got to remember Rich McKay is in charge of those operations now. So it could either be really good, or we're looking at Instead of a football team, we're looking at a foosball team with some negative concepts here.
I'm excited for this Atlanta United season coming up. I'm excited to, like, have you explaining it to me in layman terms, and then hopefully I'm a quick learner and, it can be super passionate because, I mean, golly, the fan base is super passionate. I've talked to some people recently who've been like, "How have you not
But you know
been to a
why?
game or done that?"
You know why they also have such a good turnout at those stadiums? Because tickets are $50.
Yeah, I
Like,
guess that's right, and the food's still the same price.
yeah, exactly. So it's like, why would I not go to an Atlanta United game over an Atlanta Falcons game? They can suck all they want. I will have a good time with for $50 a ticket.
Yeah, so hear me out, influencers, go to Atlanta United games and talk about the food.
Yeah, don't go to the
Don't go to the
Falcons.
Falcons games.
Yeah.
Quit taking those tickets, quit
It's
taking
like the
selfies. You're just
equivalent of, like, somebody, that, like, old or that old TikTok, or maybe it was a Vine or something, and it's, like, the girl dancing, like, doing the no, it's TikTok, doing the TikTok dance while crying, and you hear her parents arguing in
yeah.
the background. That's exactly what it's like with the influencers that she's sitting there like, "Ooh, trying this pretzel," and you're just seeing the Falcons getting belt to ass in the background. It is terrible.
I tried to watch the highlights, like the Atlanta highlights, and it's almost like that clip that's like it it's almost like the clip that's like, when 2 women talk to each other in Lord of the Rings because there's only, like, one scene where that happens. So it's like the highlights was, like, 1 second of Atlanta highlights, and then just cut to credits. It was, like, over because it was like there's none of it. There was nothing. I mean, it was like 3 field goals, and that's it. Everything else was a fumble, a pick, sad coach. It's pretty much what it looked like.
The only highlights we have in this season, in my opinion, when it comes to touchdowns, is that 3-touchdown game from Drake London.
Man, and those were so sick. I'll be talking about
Each one was significantly better than the last one.
and I wanna make it clear, like, I don't want Drake gone. Like I said when I was talking about the check, I don't want him and Bijan gone, but, like, if we wanna pull ourselves out of mediocrity, like, one of them's gonna be gone.
They have to, yeah, yeah, that's true.
Like, that's just how the world's gonna work, so
That's true.
you guys decide who it's gonna be, who you want. Put it in the chat.
Yeah, yeah, I mean,
That's all I got, dude. That's all I
that's all
got.
I got for
This is
today too, man, but hey,
we're gonna come back with a Beecham episode, guys, and then at Christmas time, even though the Falcons will still be losing football games, we're gonna do a little holiday special for everybody.
yeah.
Bring some more fun games, bring some more life to the city. Because dude, the holiday season, this really is such a great time. Don't let the Falcons get y'all down. Enjoy time with family. We'll cut it up. We'll cut it up in a week and have a little more fun with Beecham talking about his
Yeah,
house.
well, maybe have the Christmas episode be a little bit more personal, just talk about, like, whatever, and just tell some stories on there, some, like, Christmas
Yeah.
traditions our families do and whatnot. I do wanna do a quick shout out to, our one I hope you're listening to this too. We looked at our analytics for our
Yeah.
listeners. We looked at the analytics for our listeners week on week, right? Like,
Yeah.
we're not, by no means are you guys flooding the gates with this, or are we getting, like, it's like 12 listeners weekly, which is not bad. I like that.
Yeah.
Shout out all the 12 listeners. There's one guy that has been listening to almost every single episode. He is a 1% of our fan base, and he is located in Moscow, Russia.
Hell yeah.
So, whoever you are listening and you have some sort of social media, please reach out to us. I would love to get your name. I'd love to potentially send you something because
Yeah. I don't know if that's even allowed, but we're gonna try to do it, dude.
yeah, man, shout out that guy. That was
Yeah.
just so funny to see, just like this one guy listening to our episode every week, and it's Moscow, Russia. So shout out that.
Also, to hype us up a little bit more, just a little bit, because I'm proud of this. We do have 12 listeners that are on Spotify. This past week, across all platforms, proud to say, we were over 150 listeners.
Yeah. It was
That's
kind of weird too.
Unreal.
We uploaded on Wednesday, and then Friday morning, I literally called you. I go, yo, what? Yo, something just spiked for the past 48 hours for something, but
I was
was
blown away.
yeah, it was cool. We got our first YouTube video with over 100 views, which is sick, which is just really, really, like,
Humbling.
to see. Again, we're not like trying to do this to become, influencers. We're not doing this because we're trying to like become popular media or anything. We're doing this because it's two guys that just like to misery loves company, talk about
Yeah.
Atlanta sports. And if you guys want to take that ride with us, you are more than welcome to hop on the train.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. We really appreciate it, and I also clap it up. We got 100 followers on Instagram. That was a huge
Yeah.
milestone.
100
Huge
followers.
milestone. So
Crazy.
all of you 100 followers, like, we appreciate it. We'll keep putting really, really sad content when we lose. We'll also put a bunch of hype in when we win. And
Yeah.
we'll get us excited about the future. But Kramer, why don't you take us out, man? I appreciate everybody.
Yeah. Hey, thank you guys so much for listening to another episode of the Atlanta Sports Special. And whether you flew here or you grew here, we appreciate you listening to us.
Hey, believe.
Yeah! ATL on the rise, you know how we do. Beach tree dreams, dirty birds flying through. From the gridiron to the diamond, courts to the pitch. We reppin' ATL sports, every team, every niche. ATL, where the flames ignite. From Truist Park to the bins at night. Dreams take flight, hawks soar high. United we stand, reaching for the sky.